Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alison and this is my makeshift Wonderland. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at another indie brand of makeup in Australia called Femme Fatale Cosmetics, or as an Aussie would say it, Femme Fatale Cosmetics. Say it any which way you want, you can gets you to the same webpage. So jumping right in, I've been trying out these loose powders, these pigments, for the first time today, and I received them all in these little jars here. So I think they contain about 3 grams of product, and it's all loose powders with sisters. And there's this extra one that I got because it was more of a multichrome, but I'll get into that in a moment. So yes, you can order them separately from the site, or you can get like a pack of 5. I think this was about $26, or a pack of 9, which is about $44. This is my first time really using powders, sort of loose powders, and I actually found it quite challenging compared to the pressed powders. These one, I initially thought using a sort of a wet brush would be the approach, but it didn't work out so well. I think I had to use quite a flat brush and actually pack it onto the lid. So I'll just unpack this look today. I started off with this colour here, which I'm going to take my watch off. Should have done that before. I feel like every time I do this that I'm going to get like a jab or something. It's the same thing I do when I get a blood test. So the first one up here, and this is really cute. They have the name of it on the bottom. This is called, Alison, get it right, Silver Apple. And so you've got the little sifter here. I'm not going to turn it upside down because it will go everywhere. I'll just show you on my arm. They look very velvety, and it's quite hard to explain. There's such a velvety texture, even when, I don't know if this transposes onto camera, but there is that velvety texture. And this one it's got a sort of a mulberry almost base, but with blue reflex going through it that you can't really see. You might be able to see them on the lids though. This didn't apply well with a wet brush. This was much better just packing it on. I used primer, my MAC 24-hour eye base, and I also used the NYX pencil in milk just to bring out that color. So it did take me a while to work with this. You can see a little bit more there. We have, I didn't use this one, I don't know. Oh, this one's brand new. That one is brand new. This is called Beast from the East. It's on the bottom, and it's actually covered with the other eyeshadow. I was taking that one off. Let's pour a little bit into here. So this one looks like it's quite purple, like a vibrant purple with a pink shift, or a pink duochrome. See there? A bit better. So that's Beast from the East, and it's just a shame that you can't see the sparkle coming through. But there is really quite a strong pink duochrome. Next one is what I tried to use as a transition shade, and it really didn't work because that's what I tried with a wet brush. This is called, I think it's a Jewel Caves. It has a black base, and I think that's also why it didn't work so well. Because when I put it on with the black base and the wet brush, it sort of took away all of the sparkle that you can't even see it there, and it just looked quite muddy. But it's really a very, very, very pretty pigment. It just didn't translate that much onto my lids, apart from sort of around here where you can see a little bit of this shift. Let's see if we can see it a little bit better there. Really not coming out. Take that one on a little bit more. But it does have that black base, which is why you've got to be careful when putting it on, so you don't actually take out all the colour and end up just with the black base. A multichrome called Wonderland. See that? You can see on the lid. It looks really, really, really pretty in person. Again, it's got a black base, but it's got this sort of pink, red duochrome that seems to almost shift to a green. You can see the purple coming through. Now this one was more expensive than the others because of the multichrome. I think you can see it a little better there. You can see sort of the green to purple shift. So that's Wonderland. Next up we have Impsy. Now this has sort of got a burgundy brownish gold transition. It's really nice on my finger, at least. You can sort of see that slight gold transition. There's this one down here. And last but definitely not least, Spectral Fragments. Now this is quite blue. Tip some into the lid. This one looks like you can see it a lot more. You can see that chrome. It's also got a very sort of black base. Let's try it down here. You might be able to see. We can see that one a little bit more there. So that was what I purchased. This one's on my arm as I'm looking at with the sparkles. This you can see really well. It's got a great shift to blue teal, and also the one I really like is Wonderland here. It's just a shame that it really doesn't show up on camera. So I do have a Wonderland on my eyes, and I've blended everything. So I found that using Silver Apple, I thought I could use it as a highlighter, but it had too much of a black base to be able to do that. So I pulled out something that they sent to me. They gave me about 11 sachets of samples, which was really, really cool. So the one that I used as a highlight color here and along the brow bone and a little bit on my nose is called Reindeer Dust. Let's have a little bit of a look-see. Don't want to waste too much product. Pop this one up here. You can see that one much better. On the skin, it has a little bit of a green shift to it. You might be able to see there, but you can see it best on my face, essentially. Okay, we'll move over to the other arm. I just thought I'd show you a few extra colors that they sent me. So that was Reindeer Dust. I really do like that one. I think that's great, and it's got this little green shift in it, which is really pretty. Let's try, this is Flare. See if that shows up. So Flare has got a gold green shift in it. So they're really kind in sending out samples, so you can try extra colors. You can see the gold green shift better here. And next which I might go for learning from mistakes. I'm going to do the ones with the black base last. This one is called Cold White Clouds because they look like cold white clouds. There we go. So we've got the icy Arctic blue with some golden green. This is coming up much better. I think it's those dark bases that really hinder the how it looks on camera. So that was Cold White Clouds. I really like that. That's pretty. If I get a blue one up, this is called Blue Flames and Smoke. It's so that sort of real true blue with a bit of pink going through it. Let's give it a try. So orders take quite a little bit to turn around. Again, I'm finding that's, you know, with the indie brands, that's sort of how it is. It's usually one person teams doing these things, but their customer service is really great. I don't know if you can see any of the pink shift in there. You can't really, but it does have that. And I said they just look like velvet on your eyes in person. Next up, I'm going to use some with a bit more of a black base. I was going to get this one. This is called Box of Butterflies. So it's a real purple green shift. Interested to see how this one comes up. It's really, really pretty. You can see that shift there. That's gorgeous. They almost remind me of the MAC Spellbinder collection, if you remember that. And it was one of those, it came in a pot and it looks like velvet, and you put your finger in there and you didn't even see anything come, like make a fingerprint or anything. Yeah, you can see that there. That's really nice. I wish I'd gotten that one. Box of Butterflies. They almost, it's strange. It almost seems slightly 3D when you're looking at it under a light, under the proper light. And I'll also show you 5 Black Cats. I think I was going to look at this one as well. So quite brown, but with a teal and then a pink sparkle going through it too. They're quite complex, these shades. Good enough there. So yes, you can see the blue coming through, and it's also quite brown. Let's see. I'll put that one up here so it's distinct to that. A little bit more. It's very nice that they put them in Ziploc bags so I can not make too much of a mess, although I feel like I am making a huge mess. So you can see that shift there. That's a really nice shift. I do like that. It's funny, you can see these ones so much better than you can see the ones on my other arm. And I've got quite a few. I got an extra few, but I thought I'd just show you that sort of selection. So these are the brushes that I used. What didn't work? This one did not work. This is my go-to brush. It's Carity E31, and I usually love using this brush just to get into, you know, that transition shade. I usually love it. It did not work. This one was sort of okay. This is a MAC 239. That's what I usually apply for my lid. Again, not great. The best one that I had was this one here, which is a Carity E25. Still got some pigment left on it. That one was the best for going under the eye, and also I just worked sort of from the outside in and coloured in, essentially. This one here, this is a Zoeva, probably a knockoff. I used for the lighter colour of the reindeer games, just under the eyebrow and in sort of just here and here, just to chisel out that area there. And this is usually my go-to, my Carity E30. It's a fluffy brush. I usually just use it to blend everything, and then you know, you can get in there with the highlight. But again, it wasn't the hero today. And my butterfly. My daughter loves this brush. The butterfly brush. But yes, the hero was Mr. Stumpy. Mr. Stumpy was the hero of the day. So there you go. That's my advice if you're going in for those eyeshadows. And I have literally, I feel like I've been finger painting and have glitter everywhere. It's time for Platinum World Problems. My glasses on so I look like a reporter. A reporter that's just been playing with stuff. So what's happening this week? Well, we're still in lockdown, stage 4. There's going to be an announcement on Sunday, which is Father's Day, where there may be some changes to lockdown, but who knows? It might be as much as we're allowed to go out for an extra hour of exercise. Not that really matters to me. I went out the other day because my boss was really kind, and he said, it's the first day of spring, sunny, go out, it's going to cancel this meeting, go out and have a walk. And I can tell you what, it's the first walk I had in 6 months, and my back was complaining. My lower back was absolutely killing me. Even though I've been doing Pilates 4 times a week since I've been shut in, yeah, nothing compared to actually taking a real walk. That's my platinum problem. But yes, there's got to be some announcements made, and then it may or may not get better. Who knows? I just have got to the point where it's like, this is just how it is, and we've got to work with it. But in the land of McDonald's, what is going on? Well, here, McDonald's main competitor is Hungry Jack's, which is Burger King, I believe, in the United States. And we have come up with a bit of a stoush. So what do we think of when we think of Macca's, or McDonald's Macca's? We think of the Big Mac. I remember when I was little, 7 to be exact, they had a competition, or they had to go up to the counter, and if you could say all the ingredients of the Big Mac, so or 2 all beef patties, special sauce, cheese, pickled onions, and sesame seed bun, within 7 seconds, you got a free drink. And yes, I did that. That was embarrassing, but I did it anyway because it was free, and I was 7, and I didn't care if it was embarrassing. Like the time when I was in year 7 and I sang Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques, and everyone took the piss out of me, and I never lived it down. So yeah, obviously I have no shame, and I'll do anything for something for free. But I digress. So the Big Mac was made by, it's been their icon for what, since 1970? And out Hungry Jack's have come up with, what do you think it's going to be? A Big Jack. And they're not pulling any punches. They are just going for it, and they basically, I'm going to try and get a photo for you, they've copied the Big Mac. Now, this is their tagline. So I just said 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickled onions on a sesame seed bun. That is McDonald's. Hungry Jack's Big Jack is, sorry, I've written this in silver and I can't see it, 2 flame grilled 100% Aussie beef patties topped with melted cheese, special sauce, fresh lettuce, it's fresh, pickles and onions on a toasted sesame seed bun. Hungry Jack's does not understand why McDonald's has harked up about this. They're like, well, it's a very different product. No one's going to mistake a Big Mac for a Big Jack. I don't know. If I was a foreigner, or if I was someone in Australia who just come to Australia, and I'm like, what's the difference? They're like, as Australians, we know what the difference is. Hungry Jack's is fattier, essentially, and their burgers are really, really juicy. Everyone knows that. And Macca's is more, you know, the Big Mac used to, okay, this is my problem with the Big Mac. It used to be big. We used to have a Big Mac hold like that. My sister had this whole week. It was like two, like literally like that. And you'd be like, stuff the burger into your mouth. These days, you can hold it with one hand, get your chips and your drink, and eat your Big Mac and go for a second one. They've gotten so stingy. So we all know that the Big Mac, no, sorry. And this is the problem. I meant to say the Big Jack. We all know that the Big Jack is going to be bigger than the Big Mac. And if it's essentially the same burger, I think that Macca's are going to have a little bit of problems. So, of course they filed a lawsuit. Basically a cease and desist. So they're seeking damages, interest and costs, and they would like Hungry Jack's to destroy all promotional material, everything. Hungry Jack's has not come back on that one because basically they feel that they're very two separate things and nobody in their right mind could ever confuse them. To an Aussie, I know which one I would be going for. I really want to try that Big Jack. Like literally, I feel like trying it now. Because actually no, I can't because I'm like, I've got all these intolerances and I can't have a Big Mac anymore. But maybe I could have a Big Jack. So maybe this will be my game changer. Thank you, Hungry Jacks. Oh, there it's sparkling finally. Yeah. So there you go. That is the Platinum World problem between Macca's and Hungry Jacks, and they're having a feud over the Big Jack and the Big Mac. Maybe I'll come back and I'll let you know which one I would be going for. But at the moment, Hungry Jack's, Macca's is closer to us, and at the moment we're not allowed 5 kilometres out of our suburb, which technically Macca's is just within, and the nearest Hungry Jack's is a lot further than that. So I'll have to wait a while to try the Big Jack. But there you go. That is the Platinum World problem of today. Who will win, Macca's or Hungry Jack's? I guess we shall see. I hope you've enjoyed today's presentation of Femme Fatale, or Femme Fatale, however you want to, you know, slice it, dice it like a Big Mac. And yeah, if you're good with loose powders, I'd give it a go. There's so many to choose from. Like literally, there were hundreds to choose from. It was very hard making this decision. You can probably see my color story is all purples and purples and purples and purples and purples and pinks. Yeah, I love all these types of colors. So yeah, I encourage you to check out Femme Fatale. They also do a lot of nail polish, and some of them look really, really nice. So there you go. Thank you very much for joining me. Let me know if you've tried a Big Jack, because I'd be really interested in that. And I'll see you next time. Bye.